not more than 2 months or so ago, you were in Germany at Electronica, and has the message changed since then? Because the enthusiasm that I saw in you at Electronica, I was thinking, okay, is this going to carry us through the rest of the year and 2025? Has anything changed?
No, but we are realizing the dream, Balaji. So what I already radiated to you. So why am I so enthusiastic about it? Because I very firmly believe in this robot story that I told you. So the Sense, Think, Connect, Act world, trusted devices all around you. Okay. And whether it's your trusted thermostat, your trusted fridge, your trusted car, your trusted plane, it is all about these 70 billion robots that we forecast that are hitting our world in the next decade. And this will get us closer to the world that anticipates and automates, as our Marcom folks would say it. Okay. Now, for all of that, the NXP value proposition we had said is bringing intelligent systems to the edge. Our dream was to realize this world that anticipates and automates, to enable the intelligent systems at the edge. So all this little robot building, from driving robots, flying robots, smart buildings, smart thermostats, smart fridges, smart homes, smart energy management, and so on. For all of that, what you need is highly trustworthy devices. Yeah. And as a nerd, you translate trustworthiness into safety and security. So not compromisable by a hacker and not failing due to technical failure of the device. Safety and security. Now, what we can provide is we have microcontrollers, microprocessors, silicon architectures that are trustworthy, so that are functional, safe, and that are secure. What we had to have is a software platform, so call it middleware, on top of that leverages the functional safety and security of the hardware underneath. And that across a range of scalability, because you can imagine a smart thermostat or a smoke detector has a very, very different performance, energy consumption, calculation, mission profile than a rolling robot. Now, with all of that scaling on our hardware platforms, a middleware platform as well is of the essence. And ideally, you have the complete i.MX family from NXP and the S32 family from NXP enabled with the same middleware, because then you can start moving applications. So in other words, what we try to do is, Balaji has a tablet, Mike has a laptop, and Lars has a desktop. We all have the same middleware running on it, the operating system. For example, we run Windows, and then we have an application, Bird, and we don't care whether it's running on the tablet or on the laptop or on the desktop. It has certain performance capabilities, maybe on my desktop that is higher performance and higher energy consumption than your tablet. But in principle, you can write a text in Word, Mike can co-work with you, and I can add my part as well. So in other words, what we try to do is we try to bring for each ECU, for each device, the same hardware, middleware abstraction layer there. We guarantee it's functional, safe, and secure. And then you have an application that you can move. And in a car, this would be, for example, your window lifter. Mm-hmm. Is it in a door control unit, or do you move it to a central unit? If you have the same, for example, from TT Tech, motion-wise middleware on the door control unit or on the central unit, you can start saying, okay, I built a cheap car with only a central unit and a couple of motor controls to the outlet only. But all the controls, all the software runs on the central unit, and I'm just moving from the door control unit, the window lifter software, to the central unit. And you do not have to re-qualify your software, which is the biggest cost driver and the biggest qualification issue and the biggest functional safety and security effort that you have to bring. So our announcement of yesterday is exactly realizing, is the next step on that road that we are traveling towards the world that anticipates and automates for intelligent systems at the edge, And whether, again, this is flying, driving, manufacturing, robots, I don't care, but I need to have these foundational elements, safe and secure hardware, safe and secure software for all and every robot out there.
You know, Lars, that was why I asked that question. When we met, you had not, I suppose the discussion might have been going on, but there was no mention of TT Tech. And I've been at TT Tech's office, and I was stunned by your decision, by the move to acquire TT Tech. So the announcement that you released talked about TT Tech and soft and SDVs and stuff like that. You're taking it beyond that. Basically, you know, you're talking about it as the software anchor for some of the middleware that you're talking about. It has something to do with basically AI at the edge.
So, of course, on top of that, there is also the AI capability coming. So what I was talking about is these trustworthy hard and software combinations.
All right.
And AI next to that is, of course, also one of the key technologies that we have to enable with that. But AI only, so a mathematician would say it is required but not sufficient. Only talking about AI. What you need to have is you can go with less capabilities in AI, but you cannot compromise on safety and security. Because the first moment where your fridge orders 500 liters of milk for you for the weekend, that thing is off the grid. The first moment where your car does erratic driving, you don't let your kids walk to school anymore. You drive them in a tank to protect them. The first moment where your smart thermostat puts your flat onto a temperature of 50 degrees centigrade and your aquarium is boiling and your kid's hamster is dead in the cage, you will not let these devices manage your environment anymore. So the first and foremost important platform that we have to reach is this functional, safe, and secure device building. And what we also show here at the booth already is that you then on top have additional layers of AI capabilities. So a lawn mowing robot, for example, that detects whether it's only grassland in front of you or whether your dog has dropped its toys. Yeah. So don't drive over the toys. Don't shred the toys. Drive around it. Okay. Simple AI-based detection. We have more LLM type of things that we are showing here. So you can from that level, you can build everything that you want to have by almost infinite amounts of complexity. We are not working with LLMs in the cloud. So we are working here with embedded LLMs and with systems that you consume less than 10 watts. And that is very, very important because I cannot switch on to nuclear power plants each time I want to have an LLM running here for me. So we are so my entire brain is only focused on this robot building, intelligent systems at the edge. And I'm working that layer by layer up. Functional safety, security, AI capability, independence of the system, power efficiency, and how do you operate from there? That is basically all the ingredients, but clear focus on robots.
I think it's important for our readers to understand strategically how and why TT Tech fits into everything that you're describing here. Because like I said, up until November, it wasn't part of the story, the NXP story. Oh. Now it is
very simply, Bolaji, because I could not talk about it. Of course, we were working on it already to get the deal done. Yeah, so I on purposely left that area blank. But TT Tech is exactly providing this functional, safe, and secure middleware. This is exactly the thing. So there is a scheduler, how to schedule your tasks, how to not compromise on your tasks. For the functional safety, you have to make sure that you don't have suddenly erratic wait states in your software. Just imagine you want to do an automated braking system and you get a wait state or you get unpredictability. TT Tech has focused since a decade now on providing exactly this highly functional, safe middleware. And that is what is adapted already to all our hardware.
So Lars, because I know where you are and I know the demand on your time, I've got just one question more. When I read that press release about TT Tech, I kind of went down and I saw you are getting some engineers and you are the CTO, right?
Yes.
What does that mean for you and what does that mean for your operation? That must be an important part of what this whole acquisition is bringing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So, largely we are getting, of course, these fantastic software products, but we are getting 1,100 highly skilled software engineers. And
Tell me
these
why
guys
they're important.
Pardon?
Tell me why they're important to you and to this acquisition.
They are important. So we are, of course, the DNA of NXP is the hardware building and hardware plus firmware. But we are not middleware specialists. So the value proposition of having hardware middleware combinations were there already since more than a year. The only point was we were pretty clear we cannot build that with our own resources from scratch. You need to have the middleware expertise, you have the functional safe software expertise, and this is the know-how that we have bought. 1,100 specialists that can exactly adapt the TT Tech software offering to our products and come with that offering better to the market. And that is just the fastest way to success in getting these two worlds glued together. If I would have tried to do this organically, I would very likely be retired before we have the stuff in the market, because these specialists don't grow on trees. You have to really understand from a system architecture, from a really deep physical IT and silicon perspective, how you bring these architectures together, that there is no deadlocks in the entire system build-up, no functional safety deadlocks, and also no security gaps in the system, because always the weakest link in that entire play is the attack vector.
Thank you. That for me is one of the biggest parts of the story. That team that you're getting, that's going to basically just kind of come in and fit into what you're already doing, bringing in the expertise that's very scarce in the industry.
Yes, and Polaris, sorry, I was too brief maybe there in the beginning, but that was exactly what I meant when I said we are realizing the dream. So that part was the white gap for NXP on that road to having all the toys for robot building in the toolbox. And we managed to acquire this highly skilled workforce with a great product offering to fit to our products and to develop it from there.
Thank you.
That is the overall story.
Enjoy the rest of the show and have a safe trip back home.
I will. Thanks a lot. Talk soon.
Thank you.
Cheers. Likewise. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.